What's going on, everybody? It is Bucky and welcome to your 11th C tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to be talking about functions. Now what a function is, just a quick background, it's pretty much a process that's outside your main function right here. This main function, all of this is a function. That's what we've been working with so far. But now we want to build something else that you're going to be able to use in main. So it's easier just to show you guys. So the first thing that you do when you build a function is you have to make a prototype. Now what a prototype kind of does is tell your computer, alright, I'm going to be building something and you're not going to know what it is, but I just want to let you know to be ready for it. So when it comes along, you're not going to get confused. So that's what we got to do right now. And to do the prototype, we have to do this. The first thing we have to type is what kind of data it's going to return to us. So we're going to be solving a question and the answer is going to be an integer. In this case we're going to be finding an area. It's going to be giving us the two numbers and we're going to be calculating area. So when it spits out the answer of the area, it's going to be an integer. So whatever you're returning, it's going to be right here. If we had a function that found your name and spit out letters, then it would be like char or string or something like that. But since we're spitting out a number, it's going to be integer. The next thing that you do when you make a function is give your name a function just like you named a variable or anything else. Name it something easy to remember. I'm going to name mine find area. And the next thing you do, and the last thing when prototyping a function, is you have two parameters. In your parameters, you have to write what sorry, I got whooping cough. In your parameters of your function, you have to write what information do you need to solve this problem. And since this function is find area, the formula for area is any two numbers. You need to do a number times a number. So since we're doing that, we need two integers to work with. So to tell our prototype this, just type int x and int y. So right now we're going to be solving for an integer. We named it whatever you named it, and we're going to be inputting two numbers. So now that we got a main function prototype, copy this, and now we have to build our function. And just like int main void, we need to do the same thing. So just copy this and paste it down below, and get rid of your semicolon, and add two curly braces. Now whatever goes inside your curly braces, that's what you want the function to do. So all we want this function to do is get x times y and return us whatever the answer is. So this is probably the easiest thing you'll ever learn in your life. Just type in return return x times y. That's it. Now what the function is going to automatically do is this. It's going to take whatever two numbers we got, it's going to plug them in for x and y, and it's going to return that value to us. So let's go ahead, and we're done building the function, we're done prototyping it. That's all you guys need to learn on how to make functions and prototype them. You can have as many instructions in here as you want. This is just the easiest function you'll ever make in your life, so that's why I'm doing that. The next thing we have to do is, in order to make this program useful, we're going to want to use this function somewhere. We didn't just build it for fun, we actually want to use it in our main program. So to use it, this is what we would do. And I'm just showing you guys probably know exactly what I'm going to do, but in case you don't, here's what. We need two variables, int1 and int2. And these are going to be the two variables that we use for, I'll leave that prototype in there. Let me tighten things up a bit. Those are going to be the two variables where two numbers. So let's do a scanf, and in case you guys can't remember, hold on a second. Can't type and think at the same time. We'll scan in 1, then we'll scan in 2. So whatever two numbers we scan will be set in the variables 1 and 2. Next, let's make a print function to print out our answer. So %d, and then it's going to print out a variable or print out integer. So instead of just putting in a variable name in there, we're going to want it to print out whatever it found in this function. So let's go ahead and put let me think of some numbers we can use. Find area. Here's how you do this. You just add your function name right in here, and then put your variables inside the parameters of your function. So don't let all of this confuse you. What you're looking at is right here. That's how you use a function. You write the function name, and then instead of int x and int y, you write the two numbers that you're going to use right in it. So let me go ahead and compile and run this and show you guys what it actually does. And after I ran it, I'm going to talk you guys through one last time. So let's find an area. Let's find 5 and 6. So it multiplies them both together and gets 30. So pay attention, 5, 6, 30. I'm going to talk you guys through one last time and show you guys what happened. You have a main function right here. We have two variables, 1 and 2. We scan in whatever we typed in the first time. It's going to be stored in variable 1. Whenever we typed in the second time, it's going to be stored in variable 2. And next we had print on the screen. We want to use the function find area, and we want to use the numbers 5 and 6. And it's going to write, and your program is going to go, alright, what the heck is find area? Well, it's going to go down here and says, alright, what do you want me to do with those numbers you just gave me? Well, the first number I want you to use right here, and the second number I want you to use right here, and when you're done figuring out this formula, I want you to return that value to me. So now, instead of all of this, it's going to have 30 calculated from all of this. So that's how we got print %d 30. And what prototyping does, if you're wondering what this is, the first thing your computer does is go through your main function. It doesn't look at this first. So whenever it comes to this and says and sees find area, it's not going to know what the heck you're talking about because it's not a variable or anything like that. So what the prototype says is it just tells our program, alright, whenever you come across this thing called find area, I'm going to tell you that you have to go look for a function. So it just helps it, and it doesn't make it so confused like it would be without it. So this is a pretty simple function. The easiest thing you can do is just practice with your functions. I'm going to copy this right now and put it on my website, thenewboston.com. So if you want to use this right here, you can go to my website, thenewboston.com, and copy it right in. And that is your introduction to functions. I hope you guys learned something. And in my next tutorial, I'll be clearing a couple things up. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.